it's mid-season for you guys, but it is the end of the year, so it's a time for reflection. Where do you kind of see your team in terms of what you expected at this point?
This year or the whole year and a half?
Right now for the whole.
No, we're still, it's work in progress,
Yeah.
but I like our pieces. You know, we're going to be a good hockey team. We like that, but we got to be more consistent, like I said a number of times, but it's not a whole lot different than a lot of teams in our position.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the standings, they're pretty tight, so like I said, we can be better, we know that, and we think we will be better.
You know, obviously, the way you finished up last year was so great. I mean, you just keep trying to find that. I mean, what's missing, you think?
Well, you can't do that for 82 games. No
Yeah,
team can. I
that's
mean,
true.
I just talked to my buddy the other night, John Cooper, and, you know, they were a pretty good team. They went to the finals for 3 years in a row, and he says, I keep juggling my lineup. I said, well, funny you mention that. You don't read the New York papers? No, but it's true. You keep trying to find the right mix for certain nights, and that's the way it goes. And, you know, they got a veteran team and a stable team, but it happens everywhere. It happens in every team, and you just try and find the perfect things, and it's never going to be perfect, but you work hard and you compete hard and, you know, try and find ways to win as many games as you can.
We saw a laugh today in the green jersey. So I'm wondering if that means he's going back in.
He's going back in.
And then, you know, do you feel like whenever, I don't know if you were sending a message, if you would put it that way, or what,
No,
whatever you were
it's
trying
part
to
of you know what? It's part of building a young man. He's 21 years old. He's played parts of 3 years in the league, obviously with COVID, so it's not really, and it's part of the game. You know, Capos had a game before, and people sit out games, so it's not a big deal. It's you know, sometimes it's the kids might say, well, how come I'm going to come back and play real well? We'll see what happens, but you know, maybe he'll say it's a wake-up call. Maybe he can say what he wants, but and that's fine. I just said I didn't like the way he played last game. 3 or 4 games prior to that weren't great either. You know, they were okay, but not great. So it's just sometimes it's just be more consistent, play better, and like I said, he wants the same thing. He's a good kid. We like him. You know, it's not like we don't like the kid. It's there are lessons learned, and you know, I was fortunate enough to play pro hockey, and I got sat out some games too. So
Did you?
shake it off.
When you move Jimmy Vesey around the lineup, the other night he was on the fourth line. Now it looks like he's on the third line. He's played all. What do you expect him to bring to each situation? Do you think he's the same when he plays? In
I
every
want him to
situation?
be the same, Larry. I want him to be the same player no matter what line. The same as Berkeley Goodrow. You know what I mean? He plays the same game. Sometimes, like I said, we're still looking at different combinations. Obviously, Kravtsov's one of those kids that, you know, we haven't seen a lot. Give him some opportunities in the right spots, and hopefully, you know, he takes advantage of those opportunities. And so that's what I mean. There's work in progress, and some of those young guys are work in progress. And like I said, they're not veteran guys, so, you know, does Berkeley Goodrow deserve to be on the fourth line? No, he doesn't. For the numbers he's put up and the way he's played and made other lines better, but we're still trying to build on that. And I said to you, it's never been a perfect lineup. I'm trying to win games every night, and so you try and fill some spots in different spots. And Jimmy Vesey played really well sometimes up in the top lines. And again, you know, we're trying to move people in and out of the different spots.
Well, he has some skill, but do you look at him as his greatest asset as his 200-foot game, his ability to play without the puck, his defensive consciousness that he brings to every line, or are you looking for
just
production from him?
Depends where he's at. You know, depends where he's at. I mean, Jimmy doesn't play any power play. You know, he kills penalties, and I'm thinking he's doing a good job with that. We're happy with him there. You know, he's come in, and the player I didn't know real well. You know, I knew he had some skill. I mean, he could score some goals. Last year wasn't great for him. This year it started off real good. So I want him to be an important player. And again, he's one of those guys in the mix that he can play anywhere on the right side with the top guys. And right now, he found himself in the fourth line the other night in left wing. Not because I don't like Jimmy, it's just because of what we're trying to do.
So,
and again, I keep saying it, I don't like changing my lines a lot, but
so let me ask you, the other night you had Hedel and Kravtsov and Gauthier, and they created a fair amount of chances. It looks like you're going off that, so...
Yeah. No, in my mind, I got my lineup that perfect lineup. If everything's healthy and everybody's playing good, I got that lineup, and that's not part of it. Laffy's part of that.
Yeah.
You know, and Krabby can be up on the other side.
Okay.
That's in my mind. That's what I want to see. Okay. So sometimes it's not going to be there that night, but that's, you know. And I agree with you. They were pretty good.
Yeah,
Krabby was great the first 30 minutes. I loved the way he played. And then after that, I thought they fell off a little bit. But I thought we played great the first 30.
Didn't get a chance, didn't remember to ask you the other night, but what did you think of a guy grabbing the puck out of your goalie's
I
glove
just
and
thought it
throwing
wasn't going to be a goal. I was saying, come on, like, did nobody see that? Then I was hoping they're going to give him a penalty, closing hand on the puck.
Yeah,
But
right.
you know what? I was just happy that they said no goal. You know, I mean, it's you worry about those things, and you said, you know, as soon as they seen it in the NHL call, you know it was going to be no goal. Now, if you would have put a stick in there and flipped it out, it might have been okay, but
Have you ever seen that before?
never seen it. I can't remember seeing that.